Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So Game of Thrones episode 4 is tonight, but we've actually learned the titles from episodes 6 and 7. So this is going to be an explainer for what those are and a little bit of speculation. Just careful for spoilers for everything that's happened this season so far. The timeline right now, tonight's episode 4 is Book of the Stranger, episode 5 is titled The Door, episode 6 is titled Blood of My Blood, which sounds very Daenerys-centric, which we'll talk about in a second. Episode 7 is supposedly called The Broken Man, so I'll let you think about that while we get started. So, Blood of My Blood. That is a very Dothraki saying, making it sound like Daenerys is going to start to make her move. Maybe we'll see this Drogon scene from the trailer. The phrase is mostly used by blood riders, who's part of like a Dothraki cow's entourage. They're a bit of a guardian, something of a brother, like the closest bond that you could possibly have to someone you are not physically related to. So think of it as a more honorable version of becoming someone's Kingsguard. Only a Khal can ask someone to become his blood rider. And he says, I ask your oath that will live and die as blood of my blood, riding at my side to keep me safe from harm. So if a Khal dies, the blood rider is supposed to follow him into death. So would it not be awesome if we had a scene where Daenerys is taking her own blood riders? It's so early in the season, I don't know if they would do that quickly, but because Jon Snow came back from the dead so quickly, it's possible they could just be speeding things along. If Dan and Dave are saying there's maybe only like 13 episodes after season 6, then it's totally possible Daenerys could gain the loyalty of the Dothraki and deal with Slaver's Bay in time for the end of season 6. During Book 1, after Khal Drogo dies, Daenerys asks 3 Dothraki to become her blood riders. They all refuse her until her dragons are hatched. Then, like everyone at the sight of dragons, they all shit their pants and swear fealty to her. So she has had blood riders this whole time in the books, but the TV show hasn't really done them as much, so this might be their way of doing that. But right now, she's in Vaes Dothrak at this giant congress of the Dothraki peoples. So what would be more amazing to watch than Daenerys winning the fealty of the entire Dothraki people? Even if she doesn't officially become a Khal, because she's part of their society, she could probably try to take new blood riders. Not necessarily expecting it, but a really awesome twist would be if Khal Moro, the person who just takes an absolute dump on her in the first episode, becomes one of her new blood riders. But let's move on to episode 7. This is going to be fun. So just speculation, the title, The Broken Man, might be a reference to the Hound coming back. This might be what Ian McShane was talking about. So I know a lot of you really want to see Clegane Bowl. Cersei was hinting at a trial with the Faith. Jaime got really excited at the thought of seeing Zombie Mountain fight in a trial with the Faith. I'm going to drop a couple F-bombs here, so just fair warning. What would be more amazing than if there's a trial for the Faith, Zombie Mountain walks out, Cersei's feeling like she's invincible, and then the Faith trots the Hound out, and he just says, fuck the king, and Tommen just shits his pants. So if there is going to be a trial, we might not see it till the very end of the series. But let me know in the comments, do you think the title, The Broken Man, is all about the Hound coming back? There have been a couple pieces of supporting evidence. Most of the evidence from the TV show this season is just in support of a trial with the Faith, not necessarily the Hound coming back, other than the way Arya talked about him in past tense when she was playing the Game of Faces. The real supporting evidence is Ian McShane talking about having this really minor one-off role. He said he's responsible for bringing back a character that everybody thinks is dead. He said he leads a peace cult, which sounds amazingly like what happens with Brienne on the Quiet Isle during Feast for Crows. At that point in the books, Brienne was still traveling around the Riverlands looking for the Stark children. Her travels took her to the Quiet Isle. She comes upon a person named the Elder Brother, and then you learn about this person called the Gravedigger that sounds mysteriously like the Hound, and she just happens to see a horse that looks like the horse that the Hound rode. So a lot of people just believe that the Hound has been convalescing at this Quiet Isle place. He's found religion, he's given up his aggressive ways, so because he's so religious now, that's why a lot of people think that the Faith might choose him if he were to come back. So that's very possible that we might see him for the first time again in episode 7. But like I said, at this point in the books, Brienne was doing a lot of different things, but we see her in the Riverlands here with the Tully Banner, so she's going to be in the Riverlands later this season for some reason. So we'll just have to watch for the next couple of episodes, but be listening to things that characters say that might imply that the Hound is coming back. So what's going to happen tonight is I'll post my episode 4 video, Book of the Stranger. It'll be really fun to talk about that. I'll talk about the Faith of the Seven, because that's one of the aspects of the Seven. But be sure to subscribe to get that. There is a new round of the giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. It's just a $20 Amazon gift card, and it'll stay open till I post my Q&A video next week. While you guys wait for that video to post tonight, you can click here for my episode 3 video from last week, and you can click here to learn more about the Prince Who Was Promised, R+L=J, all that awesome stuff. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.